Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to do a quicker video with you just talking about how I'm using some of my cards to maximize my value and reinvest in a significant way to stretch that investment. So it should be a quick video, but it has to do with using Chaos Legion packs, opening them. You get them for cheap off of Hive Engine, right? They only cost $1.81 on Hive Engine. On average, I'm opening them and I'm getting, because I have potions, so I'm opening them and getting about $2.15 worth of value on average. That's over the last 300 packs I've opened. So a pretty reasonable sample size. So you can do better than this price, assuming you already have potions and maybe you've got potions sitting on your account because you've earned them for free by playing. So if so, buying packs at $1.81 is very reasonable. Not to mention, you can get full-fledged packs with airdrops from Splinterlands from the shop for 4,000 DEC, which amounts to roughly $2.20 or something. So that's interesting too. Food for thought. But once you get the packs and you open them, you know, and how can you quickly extract that value? Right? Because you might want to rinse and repeat. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, I opened 300 packs and yeah, they were worth slightly more than I paid for them. But how do I put that to work? Am I going to go through and sell 500 common cards and 200 rares and 20, you know what I mean? 27 epics and 5 legendaries. It's too much work. It's probably going to be hard to sell. They're not necessarily all going to be easy to liquidate. They can be easy to liquidate, but then you probably need to take a haircut on the price. But look, there are some cards you're going to get from opening these packs that are going to be really easy to liquidate. And that's what I'm doing right now. I just went through and I was like, look, I got one Grandmaster Wraith from opening my packs. I also got one gold foil Uriel. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go look at the price on the marketplace and specifically Grandmaster Wraith with the bids. Like you could see the bids are about $19.31, but the low buy is $22.49. Now, I'm interested in extracting value from some of the cards I'm holding that I'm sitting on that I do believe will appreciate, this one included. I think 22 bucks is a very reasonable price. But what could I do with 22 bucks right now? I think a lot, because the Chaos Legion packs are so affordable, because actually land plots are $150 now, because, you know, just there's a dozen different things that I'd be interested in doing. And I've got about 30 copies of this. So in some sense, I'm just looking at my deck as a whole, not just the cards that were inside my Chaos Legion packs, but my deck as a whole, and saying, what don't I need that if I was to liquidate, could I reinvest in other ways that would grow what I'm doing and maximize my potential returns? Because either it gave me more opportunities for future price appreciation, like more cards, more opportunity, if it gave me a better chance to play at a higher level currently, or if it increased my rental revenues in a significant way. There's about 3 or 4 different ways you could look at it. But, you know, a card like Grandmaster Wraith at 20 bucks, I think probably could be a $200 card one day, like just for a regular four, probably could be. Once it's out of circulation, once it starts to be deleted due to burning for consolidation, and if it continues to be part of what I imagine the future meta is. So you might say, well, hold on. Well, yeah, 10x is amazing. But right now I could unlock 20 bucks per unit, 1930 per unit. And then I could put that to work in different ways. And so this is like I said, different ways being perhaps getting the DEC and then putting to work in Chaos Legion packs. Because the DEC is going to be paid out at a huge amount of DEC. It costs 33,000 DEC to get 1 BCX of this thing. But that amounts to 8 Chaos Legion packs because of the DEC peg that Splinterlands is honoring. And so certain cards that you're going to find inside your Chaos Legion packs, if you buy 200 or 300 copies of Chaos Legion packs for $1.80 or $2.20 from Splinterlands, then what can you, if you get a gold foil Uriel like I did, you know, you could quickly sell it to the high bidder and then it's immediately liquidated. You can put that value to work in other ways. So that got me going, and I listed up, let's see, my Explorer. I think I sold 9 of them. So I just sold, and they were all to the higher bids, right? So I went in. What you need to do is you go in and you look at, go here first, buy, legendary, summoner, and you just go in and you click on card bids, and then you can see the highest bids. This guy's bidding $19.20. And he says he wants 2 copies, max 3 BCX in a single copy. And I actually sold to him, but it says processing because maybe he needs to get his DEC together. Maybe he didn't have quite enough left or something like that. So the system will hold it as long as he gets it together in a relatively short order. But my cards are safe. They're not in his possession or anything weird like that, just so you know. But yeah, that's the way. Like, you can sell into this card bid buying opportunity. It's liquidity that's waiting to be filled, and you just step in there and fill it. And the same I'm going to do right now with my gold foil, or at least I'm going to look at it. Gold foil, Chaos Legion. So see, I got a Uriel, and the high bid is 47.60 and the low buy is 53. So I actually am going to sell it. I am. So it's on my DE Cunningham account, but I'm going to go ahead like this. We go monsters, we go gold. I mean, it's hard to sell because there's no way this is going to be 50 bucks in the future. And this synergizes so well with Wraith. I might have to not sell it. You know what? I'm not going to sell it. It's too good. It's too good. It works too well with Wraith. And I actually believe Recharge is actually going to be destined for some sort of synergistic buff. Like, I think Recharge is slept on a lot, and I think that's going to be something that you'll see slightly encouraged in different ways in the coming seasons, months and seasons. So I'm actually going to leave it there. Then I'm choosing not to sell my Uriel, but I did sell a few of my summoners there. And the topic boils down to this, guys. Just in summary, before we go. At times, you're going to find there's these amazing opportunities around you that you would love to invest in, whether it's land or Chaos Legion packs or DEC because you think it's going to return to the peg or whatever else. And the question at that moment is, one, do you have any dry powder? If the answer is no, do you have any assets that are locked up in the game already or in that ecosystem that you would be willing to liquidate at perhaps a profit or a loss? At times it makes sense to take a loss on one investment to move into another. Or to lock in some of the profits on something like in Uriel, because I got 30 of those for airdrop, and then move it into maybe Chaos Legion packs and give myself a whole new opportunity with something entirely different. Exciting new opportunity, or just sit on it with the DEC, waiting on DEC peg. As you can see, I was at 2.7 million DEC, and now I'm over 3 mil now. That was a big liquidation. And I would argue that this sort of trade is all the more profitable. This is where we'll finish. All the more profitable and exciting while the DEC peg is below peg, right? Because I think if you believe the DEC is going to return to peg, making sales like this into DEC and then just waiting on that peg to return is perhaps a smart play. Now, it's also perhaps not, because we've moved from half a peg up. This 91 here was essentially non-existent like 2 days ago. As you can see the chart, we were lower. So could it go down lower still? It could. But I ultimately believe the peg will be renewed, and therefore holding some of that DEC is pretty interesting and exciting when you sell, you know, a monster card for 50 bucks paid in DEC, and the DEC is half of its peg value, and you imagine it could return to peg value. That $50 becomes $100 just due to the price swings, the USD exchange rate on DEC. So exciting stuff, and I'm just thinking it through, and I wanted to share it with you. Guys, I appreciate all of your time and attention. I hope you're having an amazing day. As always, drop your comments and questions below, and if I get to them, and if you leave that IGN, I will send a thank you afterwards. So guys, bye for now. Take care. God bless.